The Castle of Perseverance is a morality play that is now housed in the Folger Shakespeare Library in Washington, D.C. The morality play traces the entire life of its hero, mankind, you and I, as he wages a fluctuating battle with evil forces. And as the play begins, mankind ignores the counsel of his good angels and allows his bad angel to lead him into the service of the world. The world's servants, lust and folly, dress the hero in expensive clothes and lead him to the scaffold of greed, where mankind accepts the 7 deadly sins. All is not lost, though, for shrift and penance convince mankind to repent, and he is placed in the Castle of Perseverance, where he will be protected from sin by the 7 moral virtues. Mankind's enemies, world flesh and the devil, attack the castle, but are repulsed by the virtues armed with roses. Next, greed tempts mankind with an offer of wealth, and mankind thinks about accepting. But at this point, mankind is struck down by a dart thrown by death, illustrating that death may strike at any moment. And as he dies, mankind prays that God will deliver his soul from hell. The 4 daughters of God debate mankind's fate, and in the end, God sides with mercy and peace over righteousness and truth, and decides to pardon mankind. The actor playing God ends the play with admonishment. Thus ends our games to save you from sinning. Forever from the beginning, think on your last ending. This morality play has a lot of characters, as you can see here. And these are the characters, and we have seen many, that we have been facing during our time on Twitter and X. What the Riddlers wanted you to face was all of these emotions, to decide between greed, gluttony, and patience and humility. Now, there is something quite wonderful about the dates of the Castle of Perseverance manuscript. In the macro MS dates to around 1440. But in certain textual errors suggest that this version was copied from an earlier manuscript. The dialectic peculiarities in the playtext show that it was composed in the first quarter of the 15th century in the East Midlands, and probably in Norfolk. The play contains a reference to Krakau's and the pointed ends of shoes that were popular in that time period. There are 6 other references to Krakau's in this literature of this period, dating between 1382 and 1425. The scholars therefore set 1425 as the latest possible date of the composition. Now, what's interesting with regard to Lodestar 3 and its position, if we were to add 1425 days to Lodestar 3, which is when the scholars therefore set 1425 as the latest possible date of composition. If we add that to Lodestar 3, it takes us to the very date that I believe it all begins. Isn't that fascinating? Mind-blowing, to be honest. And if we then look at the manuscript in the macro MS dates at around 1440, and that happens to be when I believe our last moment of perseverance will be, before things get going. 1440. 3 years, 11 months, 9 days. The play on the 9/11/3. Fascinating. So I'll leave it there for you. And we look forward to the coming weeks. Take care.